Ernie Schenk is the great-great-grandson of German-Swiss immigrants who fled religious persecution in Europe to move to America. His great-grandfather, L.C. Schenk, bought ranch and farmland in Fallon in 1939. Now, the U.S. Department of Agriculture is pledging hundreds of millions to help family farms in the West become more efficient with irrigation. We sat down with Ernie and his son, Abe, to learn more.
My grandfather told me for 160 acres he paid $4,000.
The original 160 has grown over the years to 720 acres, all in one parcel and several pieces of nearby land. Altogether, L.C. Schenk & Sons farms 900 acres. Ernie Schenk has extensive knowledge of local and federal politics associated with irrigation and water rights in Fallon and Churchill County.
I spent 24 years on the irrigation board. I was 20 years as the president. We made a huge settlement that actually has allowed the last 6 years for us to live in relative peace. We settled lawsuits that had been on the books for 30 plus years.
The majority of Ernie Schenk's land is designated with land conservation easements, so it will never be developed into housing or infrastructure. For Ernie, he did it to keep farming the family business.
I figured if my son and grandsons eventually got tired and wanted to sell it, well, they're not going to get the premium. I want to preserve the farm. I want to preserve the legacy that my grandfather and my father gave to me and that I'm giving to my son and grandsons.
Now, the U.S. Department of Agriculture has pledged hundreds of millions of dollars to help family farms with irrigation in the region.
If we could line our dirt ditches with pipe or with concrete, we would get one more irrigation. That would give us, normally we get 6 irrigations
per year. All right.
We might squeeze out 7. But if we were able to line and improve our efficiency.
But Ernie's son, Abe, who started Abe's Hay and Feed relatively recently as the farm goes, is concerned that some of the federal funding will not be used efficiently.
We don't have sprinkler irrigation in this valley, so if somebody wanted to use the funds for that, which could be done, it's kind of an unknown in this valley as far as what benefit you're actually getting, how does it affect the crops. You know, there's a lot of different unknowns, but those two, pipe and lining of some sort, are, proven efficiency captures.
National Agriculture reporter Jerry Hagstrom, who owns a farm himself in North Dakota and works full-time covering the intersection of politics and agriculture in Washington, D.C., was conducting that interview you just saw there. Among many topics, Ernie and Abe discussed their experiences, some good, some bad, working with the USDA. We'll have more on 2news.com.